Well, greetings, people of the internet. Unky Joe here, Unky Joe's Playhouse. Today, we're on the other side of the office. What for? Windows 11, that's what for. So anyway, welcome back. Glad to see you here again. If you were here for last Saturday's live stream, you know we did a live install of Windows 11, and we did that on a virtual machine in my lab, and it was a success. It worked out really well. But today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to install Windows 11, but on a physical machine. So since WinRAID is back there not doing anything, I figured, what the hell, let's load it on there. Was I successful? Let's find out right now. Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit different. If you watched my live stream, you know we installed Windows 11 on as a virtual machine live during my live stream last Saturday. But today what I wanted to do was kind of go in depth, a little bit more detail on a physical machine running Windows 11. So I've got it up and running. It seems pretty stable to me. Again, you're going to notice some of the menu changes on here, but you can still come up here and go to Task Manager, which is what I'm going to do. So this is a Ryzen 5 3600, or I'm sorry, 2600 PC. Ryzen 5 2600 CPU. This is a B450 Aorus M. B450M Aorus M. Yeah, motherboard. 16 gig of RAM. I've got an SSD drive in there. And then I have some spinning hard drives in there. I have 4 spinning hard drives in there. And that's the old WinRAID server, actually. So I installed Windows 11 on there. It was trivial to do, the one that I downloaded. And this is the, let's see if I can get a version number. So if I click on here and type in WinVer, see if it'll give me. So this is Windows version 21H2. Isn't that interesting? Because 21H10 is 21H1, sorry, is Windows 10. So the first version of Windows 11 is 21H2. Interesting. OS build 22,000.65. So this is one I downloaded about a week ago. And I've done all the updates on it same way as before. So you can come here to Start and go to Settings. And I really like the way they've done this. This is kind of nice. So you can come here, right here to Windows Update and check for updates. You can pause them. You can go look at your update history. Now the other thing I did on this unit was I went to AMD's website and downloaded the B450 driver pack for this. So you'll see under update history that I've had quite a few driver updates for the AMD micro devices. So these were drivers back from 6 of 2021, the chipset drivers. Because I saw some devices under Device Manager that looked a little wonky to me. This did not fix it, but this is, this is a development edition of Windows, so I'm not real concerned about it. So yeah, so those are the updates. You've got your display here, your sound. So it's like I guess it's a replacement or a consolidation of control panel is the best way I can explain it to you. I was able to activate it with my Windows 10 product key, but I have a volume license deal with Microsoft because I'm a partner. So I was able to use my my keys to activate it. So that I could do, some customization of the screen and turn the dark theme on, that kind of thing. But yeah, so you have your display settings here. It'll use HDR if you have it available on your monitor. Let's see, your sound settings are right here. And again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but focus assist, power. Now I've told it to go ahead and just turn the monitor off at about 30 minutes, but never go to sleep. That way I can get it remotely. Storage, And I am using storage spaces on here. And I'll show you that here in a minute. And I'll explain to you why I'm using storage spaces on here. Multitasking, activation, troubleshooting, recovery. I have not played with the recovery features. What I want to do is install Synology backup on here and see if it'll back up this unit. And we might do that. Remote desktop, I do have it turned on. That was simple. I have joined this unit to the domain. So I called it 11p-bench.ujp.local. And I joined it to the domain without any trouble whatsoever. So we're back on the desktop here, and as you can see, I've been running some Heaven, Valley, Sanctuary, Tropics demo, benchmarks on it. I've got the Kingston SSD manager in here so that I can keep an eye on the health and stability of my SSD drive. I did try to load Drive Bender on here, and Drive Bender loaded, or installed, but would not load on here properly. So hopefully that's on their roadmap. I know this is a development build of Windows 11, so you can't have everything. So what I decided to do instead was use storage spaces. So because I have those 4 drives in here, storage. If I could type, manage storage spaces, there we go. So right now I have 4 2TB hard drives in a, how do I have them set up? I have them in a, let's see if I go to change settings and if it'll show me here. I have them in a mirror, a one-way mirror, a two-way mirror. Yeah, change settings didn't work, did it? So these are the physical drives, and this is the storage space. So it's a two-way mirror. I'm sorry, it was right in front of my eyes. But you can see the change settings is just kind of sitting there, not really letting me change anything. And this is what you got to be aware of with a development build of Windows. Not everything's going to work like you think it will. So, but I just wanted you to see that I do have a drive pool set up there. Using Windows. So if you come here to this PC, there's the pool there. And I have been testing. I've been using Handbrake to see how well it converts files from H.264 high def into H.265. And each one of these high def videos I've converted, they took about 15 minutes per video to do. So it's a pretty speedy system. I converted, as you can see, a ton of videos and didn't have any trouble. I had no reboots, no blue screens, or nothing of that sort. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different videos. Now, some of the things that you will notice that are a little weird and kind of threw me for a loop were, say for example, I want to create a shortcut down on the taskbar. Well, normally I just right click on an icon here, right? Well, you can't do that. It does nothing. If you come here to the spotlight, as I call it, or the search, so let's go to, let's use Handbrake. Here I'm able to right click on it and pin it to the start or unpin it from the taskbar. But it took me a while to figure out how to do that. And they now have this little hamburger menu everywhere. So this is like, gives you some additional features or options. For example, File Explorer. You notice how they colorize these folders. It was my understanding you were going to be able to do that under Windows 11, but I have not yet found a way to do that, to change the folders. Normally you would think you just go here to, right click and go to Properties and then customize. But I guess that's a work in progress, but it was my understanding I would be able to go down here and you see the right click button isn't working everywhere. I'm right clicking on that folder I created even though it's under quick access. So let's go under test pool media. Let's right click and go to properties and to customize. And I could still change the icon, but I don't have access to those little pretty icons that Microsoft offers. So that was supposed to be a new feature of this OS. Not a big deal to some. And look, now the right mouse button is no longer working. I was able to use it once. I come up here to the hamburger menu and go to options. You see the little rounded corners here. So yeah, they've still got a lot of work to do on this thing. But like I say, as far as stability, as far as the core of the operating system goes, it seems pretty stable to me. I ran it all day the other day, just converting videos under Handbrake. I figured that would give it a true test, and I was really surprised at how speedy this system was. So let's go to the start menu. Let's go to settings, and let's find a device manager. Let's see, display, remote desktop. There's about, and I can go to, where are you? Right here, device manager. So they've kept some of the old stuff. Again, you see the rounded corners here. But you see what I'm saying about system devices. So I thought the AMD drivers would correct that, but it did not. And I haven't loaded, let me show you the display adapter. I'm using a Radeon RX 560 video card in there. And if I come here to the driver, they're using one from 8/21 of 2020. So it didn't load the most recent AMD driver, nor am I going to until they actually have one that comes out supported for Windows 11. But I am running this on this Ryzen, and it is working very well. I was hoping it would tell me the system board on here. Let's go to advanced. No. So they've still got some of the old stuff in the background here from Windows from the olden days. They are trying to pretty it up. Network and internet, personalization. It's okay. The fonts, apps. Personally, I don't. It's okay. It's pretty. It's nice looking, but I want a little more customization of this taskbar. And if I right click and go to taskbar settings, they have this thing here. See if I right click on the desktop. See, now it's not working. Now that right click on the desktop doesn't work. Before it allowed me to go to properties. So sometimes the right mouse click button works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm sure these are all things that people are reporting to them, but I just want to give you an idea of how it's running here at Unky Joe's Playhouse on a physical machine. All right, so let's see if let's go and see if we can play a video. We'll do one of the ones that I've re-encoded. So let's play Jurassic World. So we're going to open with movies and TV. And of course, the first thing it tells me is that I need the correct video encoder or decoder. So I'm going to tell it not now. Close that. Let's open that with VLC and see if it'll play. I need to mute the volume here. Oh yeah, it's working. Beautiful picture. Yeah, the detail on the image is really good. All right, so let me get rid of that. We don't want to get a copyright strike. So yeah, I mean, it's working on the video. It's playing like it should be. So this is just my personal opinion, but it feels like the underlying core seems pretty stable. In other words, I can do tasks on it, and I would imagine it would work fine. Now, I haven't tested video editing on here. I haven't put the Office 365 apps on here, but I will. And I'm actually going to try to do some video editing on this machine because it should be capable of doing it. In fact, all the units I have in here are capable of doing it. I'll just put a trial version of DaVinci on here and see if I can do some editing. I was surprised that it hasn't gotten more updates than it has. I've only had one time where it prompted me to update, and I of course did those immediately. But the other thing it has is these, you know, snapping windows. What do they call them? So you can actually set up your menus or your windows the way you want them. If I hover here we go. So that's how those work. I do like the eye candy. I must admit, I'm a sucker for some eye candy. But again, I want it to be stable underneath. So Windows 10 has been stable for quite some time. So, well, for the most part, I'm still having trouble with my Ryzen unit. Occasionally having to reboot because of video stuttering and that kind of thing. But yeah, it looks like this Windows 11 is working fine for now. So we'll keep this. I'm still going to run it virtually on in my lab, but I'm going to keep it on this unit behind me in physical form, so I can keep testing things and trying new stuff. And it'll be nice if DriveBender gets the issue resolved, or if Windows resolves the issue. But this isn't going to be coming out to the public until the end of 2021. They're saying around Christmas time, so we shall see. Now, one of the things that's going to drive some people crazy, and I'm one of them, is that let's go here to Quick Access. If I right-click on an item, you see that the right-click is very often not working. Because where are my copy options, right? Where's my copy, paste, etc.? So let's go to the actual folder itself. And again, I can't right click. I can come up here, I can cut it, I can copy it, but my context sensitive menu here is gone. I can come up, I can sort it, this is how I can view it. I could also show the details pane. So they moved and rejiggered some stuff around, and this button is, copy path, select all properties, options, etc. So you're going to have to get used to that. Again, this is in a development build. I don't know how permanent this is going to be, but this right mouse click button, or the right mouse button not working is really a pain in the ass. And I just think it's a glitch that I've managed to stumble upon. Because for the most part, it works. But if you're used to right-clicking and copying and pasting, now you've got these other steps. I suppose I could copy it like that. And let's see if I can I paste it here? Yeah, let's see if that works. Yeah. So, but my right click menu is gone, and I'm not very happy about that. And again, I think it's a glitch. I think they will see. I still can't right click on it. I could highlight it and just delete it, which is what I'm going to do. Let's see if right click works on the recycle bin. Nope. Really? So now I've got to open the recycle bin to empty it. So yeah, that's something I'm not very happy about. Let's go to network and internet. So you'll be able to disable. Okay, so in the past, when you wanted to enable or disable a network adapter, you had to use a control panel, but not anymore. You go to the settings app and to the network and internet advanced network settings right here. And then you can disable with the click of a mouse button your Wi-Fi or your Ethernet adapter. So that is nice. So if you think you've been compromised or something and want to pull yourself off the internet or from your local network, you can actually do that. All right, so we were able to reboot the computer, and looky here. Let's see if it works. Right click. Ah, there we go. I got my right click button. I don't know what happened, but I thought, well, I'm sitting here doing nothing. I might as well reboot it and see if it works. So this is right clicking on the desktop, so I can do my view, change my view, sort how I want to sort, refresh the screen, new desktop background, new item, whether it be a folder, shortcut, bitmap image, text document, or compressed zip folder. Display settings I won't bore you with because I'm using it remotely, but let's go into personalize, and you'll see it takes us into the background, colors, themes, lock screen, etc. Close that back down, right click again. We could open in Windows Terminal, or we could show more options. And it's funny because the show more options button shows you the old options that were on this screen. So, there you go. Now, the other benefit to this is we can now right click on the icons over here. And while we don't have the ability to pin them to the taskbar, at least I don't think we can. Now we can rename, share, delete, open, run as administrator, compress to zip file. Some of these we can, let's do handbrake, right click and go. We can pin it to the start. It's already pinned to the taskbar, so we can't pin it there. Let's do VLC. We can pin it to the start, but we can't pin it to the taskbar. But we also now have the availability or the ability to right click on the start menu, and you notice we have shortcuts here just like we did previously to apps and features. And frankly, in my opinion, for a power user, there's a much easier way to get around is right click on the start menu and come up to your power menu here. So you got power options, event viewer, system, device manager, so you can jump right into it. Disk management, it'll jump you right into the disk management with the rounded corners now. Let's see, we could go to network connections, and then we could go to advanced, and we could, boom, disable our network connection with a couple clicks of the mouse button. So you can see right clicking on the start menu, in my opinion, is a much easier way to get around to stuff. You even can go into computer management, Windows Terminal as an admin. You could open the task manager settings, so it takes you to the root of the settings screen. So I just like this way of getting around better. And you can also shut down or sign out. So the taskbar down here at the bottom is a little taller than the old one was, whether you like that or not. Now, I know that wasn't a very detailed dive. Well, it was kind of a detailed dive, but there's not really much that's changed under the hood other than some beautification of the interface, as they call it. They're using really soft, muted colors, and yeah, I don't know. I just want it to be stable. I don't know about you, but I am going to continue to run it on this unit on the old WinRAID server, and we'll see how it does. And I'll do the incremental upgrades, and if I need to, I'll do a clean install once the version comes out of development, comes into beta, or comes into release candidate, or whatever, however they're going to do it. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how it's running here, how it's doing, what my opinion of it was, and so there you go, for what it's worth. Windows 11 at Unky Joe's Playhouse. So there you go, people of the internet. Not really an in-depth review of Windows 11. I'm not that kind of guy. I can basically install it and tell you how I would use it and test it based on that information, based on my situation, not yours. I still need to put Office 365 in there and test that. And I'm going to do some video editing on there and see how stable, because I get a feeling that the underlying core of the operating system is very stable. Other than that pesky right mouse click, I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but I'll do a little research. And I just wanted to kind of throw this video up there so that y'all can see it running on some physical equipment. I turned on TPM, I turned on Secure Boot on that motherboard. In fact, I did a BIOS upgrade on it, and then did an install of Windows 11 off a USB key. I used Rufus 3.14 to create the bootable Windows 11 installer, and I didn't have any problems at all. Now, your mileage might vary. So there you go, folks. We hope you found the video entertaining and informative. As always, please give us a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. Donate if you're so inclined. We take PayPal, Patreon, and the YouTube join function. Please come back and see us again real soon. And don't forget, we'll see you on the other side.